Yo, what's up? Welcome back to another episode of CDK and Horatio podcast. Horatio, how you feeling this week, man? Give us a recap of what you just went to and experienced at the Black Effect podcast. It was a festival that you had went to not so long ago last week. What was that like?
Definitely, man. So our heart has the Black Effect Podcast Network, and they do a podcast festival every year. Which I mean is great, bro. You think that you're a podcast nerd? Go to this shit. You're gonna see some real podcast nerds for real, yo. People who just love listening to conversation with us. It was great. It was in Atlanta. It was this past week, bro. It was good, man. You meet a lot of people. I went to the first actual one, so it was actually good to see how it's evolved. I think this is the fourth one. So yeah, man, it's good. It was great, man. I'm feeling good. How was your weekend, bro?
Really good. I went to Jacksonville. No, I didn't go to Jacksonville. I went to Tallahassee, Florida, and then I went to Alabama. Yo, being in the South, realizing how many resources, like Charlotte is like a mid-sized city, right? And the resources that we have here as far as like Ubers, black trucks, all of those things, like just we were putting together our event and with some things we had to get last minute and realizing, okay, we have to go 30 minutes to an hour to obtain any of these things, and Ubers take 30 to 20 minutes just to get to where you got to go and not even have access to black trucks. Made me realize, I'm like, damn, like being in these small country cities, I ain't gonna lie, it humbled me a little bit as far as like being more prepared for what I got to do and whatnot. So it was really good. It was fun though. The vibes is what I love about the country.
What city in Alabama too? Because I heard Alabama is not as bad as people think it. Like people make it out to be.
Man, hell no. Huntsville, 30 minutes is around the corner in Huntsville. I'm not even gonna lie to you, but what makes the country, man, is the fact that everybody appreciates everything out there.
True,
and that's the part that I love about that.
That's what I was about to say. They be partying. You ever be on TikTok live and you see them trail rides in South Carolina in the middle of in the sticks? You be like, they are having so much damn fun. It's because it's 30 minutes to the next Walmart, and this, you know what I'm saying, they seen everybody. So yeah, like though I'm sure it's a lot of traveling problems or booking things, but when the party comes, they they lit. Did you see the Michael Jackson movie?
Yes, I saw it on
Please
Monday.
tell me about it because I haven't seen it. And, but wait,
okay, cool.
I'm like, I haven't seen it yet, but I'm like, what could I learn more? It's like everybody's had a Michael Jackson phase. I feel like there's nothing, especially after the Jackson American Dream movie, the one that's like 7 hours. I'm like, what else could I learn about Michael Jackson? So tell me about it.
This is what I think makes that biopics great. Learning new information about the artist. Now, knowing the Jackson family and knowing Michael Jackson, I did not walk into it with the expectation of learning anything new. Just because most of everybody knows the basic story of Michael Jackson, Joe Jackson beating on him, his brothers, like we know all of that good stuff. And I knew for a fact that the Jackson family was not going to peel back anything further and give any type of drama or insight on things that we didn't know to the public or even address any of the rumors or, just speculations that Michael Jackson has had. Now, I will say this. This took place from 1958, which the year he was born, to 1988, which was the bad end. Right at the beginning of like that bad album and things like that. So like things like Man in the Mirror, all of that, that's not in the movie. So anything from the actual bad album other than the song Bad is where the movie ends. So between that time, I will say this. There was some cease and desist that went out when it came to the movie. Diana Ross said take anything out that has to deal with her. She's not going to be in the movie. Janet Jackson didn't want anything to do with the movie. Now, this is interesting because Janet Jackson is the closest Jackson to her brother. So I do believe that before he passed or anything like that, maybe Janet knew that he didn't want to have this go on. But I will just say it's more of a celebration of his music and his catalog than an actual biopic. It's more so of a musical, in my opinion.
For sure. Because I want to see like the 2000s Mike.
Yes.
Like for instance, like when he was, remember when we was young, he had that thing where he held his baby over the thing over the balcony.
That's what I want to see.
I want to see You Rock My World, Mike, because it's like even the movie A Jackson Dream, that goes all the way up into kind of like thrillery, it's like Billie Jean kind of time.
Yeah.
I'm like, we noticed the Jackson backstory, you know what I'm saying, because it's been so documented. But I want to know more about like who he was as he was getting older into his life. So when he was wearing all the disguise and stuff like that. Like, but
as a person though.
You said what?
Like, I want to know who he was as a person though. Like, did he like small things? Like, did he like basketball? Like, just small stuff like that. Like, even it might not matter to be drama, but like even the things in the 2000s that you were talking about, like his moment with him going on stage with James Brown or just sharing the stage with Usher and like Luther. Like, I want to experience those things, even if it's not drama filled as far as like Because you know what we be looking for. We be looking
Right.
for the punching, the kicking, the cheating, the drugs. That's what we want to see in biopics.
True.
But even if it's a celebration of his life, I wanted them to go a little bit more into depth as to who Michael Jackson was that the public did not know. The funny part behind him. I will say there was one part in the movie that took a little bit too long for me. Him being cool with the Bloods and the Crips. I know you've seen the video with a picture of him like he's throwing up C's like way back in the day. That was like 5 to 10, maybe even 15 minutes of the movie. I was like, okay. Like we
that
get
was
Michael
the drama
Jackson
that they were trying to. That was the drama that they were trying to show. Like no, I want to know what type of hoes might like. What was he? You know what I'm saying? Like that type of, because even bro, do you see his kids, bro? I'm sorry, yo. I love Mike. Everybody loves Mike. All right, that his son is not a black man. Too, it looks wise. It's about Prince Michael or whatever.
Blanket.
And every time I see him, I'm like, but like it don't. I'm sure the movie, they ain't talk about his kids. He was married to Lisa Marie Presley, stuff like that. Like that's the kind of stuff you kind of want to see. Biopics are the best when the family is involved, but they need the money. So
they don't give a fuck.
Well, and the person's dead because they can be like, because even in the James Brown movie, the Get On Up, he was smacking the hell out of his, like they showed him like him doing coke, smacking his girl, like, and I get it, somebody dies, and you want to conceal the image that they had while they were on Earth, but hey man, you gotta sell them tickets, man. People want to see that drama, yo. People want to see like who they really were.
Shout out to Bobby Brown, bro, because Bobby Brown let it fly. Bobby Brown let it fly. Like, and that's what made the New Edition story good. Like, stretch it a little bit. Be okay with the person that you were. Like, let's really talk about it. You know what I mean? So, like, I think that's why their biopics are really good. Even like B.I.G., Notorious B.I.G., like his is good. They need to give R. Kelly they need to do one for R. Kelly. But they're not going to.
That would be amazing. And you know
what
that
Diddy
would do?
Gotta die before they do.
You know what that would do? Yeah, he's gonna have to die. But you know what that would do though? It would humanize him a little bit more because R. Kelly probably has a traumatic past. I'm sure he was like has some like child diddling type of stuff, that made him like this type of sexual monster. So it would probably humanize him a little bit more because you kind of see the full totality of it rather than what we know. So yeah, that's on the docket. R. Kelly documentary coming out of Chicago, Aaliyah. Come on, man, that'd be great. Okay. Question I want to ask though regarding the Michael Jackson movie, and I want to have and this is not blasphemy what I'm about to say. I just want to have an honest conversation. Who do you think is more popular and well known, Michael Jackson or Jesus? And here's what I mean when I say this: well known. Now you could be somebody in another country that is a Buddhist, but you still had a Michael Jackson phase. You see what I'm saying? Or more well known because. It's crazy to see not only the fanfare for this movie, people dressing up, people stuff, right? But like my little brother who is 12, he died. I mean, he was born before, after Michael Jackson died. He's had a Michael Jackson face. All these people like relish to this one guy. It has to be the big. If not Jesus one, this guy's two as far as well-known people.
There was a stat that I saw that came out that said when there were 5 billion people in the world, 4.8 billion of those folks were Michael Jackson fans. And or knew who he was. Mm-hmm. I said fans, I don't know about fans, but knew who he was. I actually believe that. Like I don't think there's anybody on this earth that's able to speak that would not recognize or say, okay, I've heard this song before. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's a crazy stat to even be comparing. And like you said, it's not like blasphemy or anything like that. Of course, I think it's Jesus number one. And then, as far as like, like being able to be recognized, I think Jesus, no question. But I think like as far as like what people know about the person, like, because I'm thinking about it like when it comes to other religions, like I know who Buddha is, but like if you ask me to ask anything beyond like what his name is and what he quote unquote looks like, I wouldn't be able to tell you.
Right.
Even with like Mahatma Gandhi and Allah and all that.
Allah,
you know what I mean? Like
Krishna and all that.
I wouldn't be able to tell you.
For sure. But and it's crazy. Even with Jesus, it's an argument. Ain't that much argument around Michael Jackson. Most people recognize him to be like a very, a talented musician. I don't know anybody that doesn't like Michael Jackson as far as like his music. Now they may not have liked maybe the accusations that he had or off the wall, outside of his records or whatever. But yeah, I just thought that was crazy. Like this is crazy. Like this is probably the most famous person ever. It's the most famous person in our lifetime for sure, 100%.
Bro, there's never gonna be anybody more famous than Michael Jackson ever in life. Like there, before and after, there is never going to be anybody that famous again, just because of access. Like think about if Michael Jackson was live during TikTok, and to be honest, I think this might be crazy. If Michael Jackson didn't die at 50, I don't know if he would be as famous as he is right
Nah, man, he was gearing up for that world tour, bro. That was supposed to be a big. That was supposed to be. I remember when they announced it, his world tour. That was supposed to be big. Because remember, right after he died, that movie "This Is It" came out. I remember seeing that in the movie theater, and that was just rehearsal clips of the tour. You know what I'm saying?
I think he passed at the perfect time though. Like I think like it got to the point where he did everything he needed to do, but he didn't get to the point of like getting old and like, you know what I'm saying? Like
True.
I think he got to the perfect point of like his legacy lives on because we saw everything we needed to see, and then people were it was still fanning over him like, oh my God, it's Michael Jackson. He didn't get to the point where, you know, he's like 70, 80, 90 to where like he's still Michael Jackson, but like we've seen him like dwindle down and become who he isn't today. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's even the same thing low key. I think like with Kobe passed away like right after he retired. So it's like even the legend of who Kobe Bryant was and things like that. Like, well, you know what? I actually take that back because Michael Jordan is still as famous as Michael Jordan is right now, and he just doesn't do anything. It's the access part that it is. Michael Jordan doesn't give people enough access to still feel like he's not as famous as he really is.
Yeah, and I don't think Michael Jackson. I don't think Michael Jackson would have been out here like for instance, I saw a clip of Smokey Robinson. Smokey Robinson's like 86. He's still on stage, like gyrating or whatever. I don't think he would have went to that point because since he was such a high level, Michael Jackson, he would have done it in the best way. Like how Beyonce, like we don't see a lot of her. He still would have. I think he would have kept his mysteriousness through the social media era. But like you said, I think that's good. I mean, it's sad to say, is dying early or whatever, like, does that keep the mystique? Because him dying, it wasn't like he got in a car accident or something. Like, it was like a whole case, and the doctor, Conrad Murray, I think was the guy's name. That's something else that they could have put in the movie. Have the doctor, like, go all the way up to the end.
I'm gonna be honest, bro. Biggie and Tupac, that helped them. Straight up, bro, straight up. Like, them passing away at their peak, like, we didn't get the chance to see them be amongst, you know, the rappers now. You know what I mean? Like, and we don't know, but like even people like Wayne, I'll say, imagine if Wayne, like after the Carter 3 or 4, that was it. We didn't get a chance for him to go through the whole, like, you know, not
man. If Wayne would have died after the Carter 3, bro, he would be like, you're right. It would be like, because he was as big as, you know, you could be at the time. So right. So damn, dying at your prime, it helps out your legacy for sure. For sure.
No, it definitely does. And you can't really even argue that. Like, it definitely helps out your legacy because then the what ifs come into play.
Okay, speaking of artists, I got to get your opinion on this, bro, because I know you're going to be in the building. Usher and Chris Brown are co-headlining the tour. Kicks off June 26th, summer 2026 in Denver. People are talking about these ticket prices and how, like, they're so astronomical. Now, what I say is, look, this is the type of concert, it seems like it's, I mean, how many times are you going to get these two kind of R&B like giants? And I'm thinking about like the set list because Chris Brown has so many songs. I mean, I know Usher has like so many, but Chris Brown has like the amount of songs that he has. It's going to be kind of great kind of see like the set list, but people are complaining. Of course, it's like $100 to $120 for the high ups, $300 to $500 for like the mid tier, and then $2,000 for like the seating, VIP, and premium seatings. But it's in stadiums, so you know these resale markets are actively going. What you think about this? Because I know you're going to be in the building.
Man, I paid $992 for my ticket.
I was going to ask you.
No sweat.
I was going to ask you what you think. I'm glad you said that. You paid $1,000 for 2 tickets.
One.
CDK, you paid $1,000 for 1 ticket.
This thing, I'm in the stage, like I'm in it, like I'm in the pit. This thing, we haven't seen a tour this big since R. Kelly and Jay-Z, since Jay-Z and Kanye. And I don't even know if I can put that on the same level. Not in 2011. Like Jay-Z and Kanye now, yes, but Jay-Z and Kanye at 2011, were they as big as Chris Brown and Usher at this point? I don't think so. And that's the DMX and Jay-Z, if you want to say it. Dang, like really think about this. What other like this is something that I really bought the tickets thinking like, yo, I can show my kids on my phone video proof. I was there,
right
on the like the way we talk about Michael Jackson right now. I do a lot of things for the living of the legacy of myself. Like I was there for that. Like I can say like when these moments in history happen, I was front and center. Like one thing I hate that I didn't get a chance to do is go to the pop out concert for Kendrick Lamar. Like, do you know how much of a movement that was? Like bro, on Juneteenth, like moments like that. I went to the last of Dreamville. Like just stuff like that. Like I'm like, bro, moments in history. Like I was really a part of that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like in real life, and can like prove it to you. So it's like this is the closest thing we're gonna get to the whole Michael Jackson thing. So why not be able to just spend this little $1,000 right now? You know what I'm saying? And be able to live with that legacy for the rest of my life. So I'm big on stuff like that though. The cultural moments, the FOMO, to be honest.
Hell yeah.
But do you think that Jay-Z and R. Kelly was a bigger tour than Chris Brown and Usher? Or what do you rank it?
Not now. I think Chris Brown and Usher is going to be a bigger tour. Just because of the time. You know, the time that the best of both worlds tour. What was that, like 2003, 2004, something like that?
Yeah, 2003.
Yeah, like just compare to everything that's come out since then. I think that this is a bigger tour. Like these are two bigger names. But I definitely feel you on that, bro. Concerts right now are like killing. My mom, she went to the New Edition, Tony Braxton, and Boyz II Men concert. She said that was the best concert she's ever seen.
Yeah, I told my dad. I agree.
Yeah, she said like because they were all on stage at like they kind of as soon as one came on, the other one came off or whatever. Like it was actually like quick. It wasn't just one set. It was like they kept going in between. So yeah, man, concerts are killing right now, bro. I don't know if I'm not a big concert guy, me personally.
Really?
Like, nah, man. I mean, just I don't know, man. I like to like chill, and I feel like concerts are not real like chill, bro. I mean, I don't know, man. I'm not. Yeah, maybe I should get. You know what? Maybe I'll look into going to this.
Bro. Like when I go to concerts, I like to be on the floor. Like the energy is just different. Like I saw Drake in the pit when he came for his last tour, and I'm a Drake fan, yes, but I'm not that much of a Drake fan. But it's just the energy and like the moment of being there. The only thing I think that could top this Chris Brown and Usher tour for me is if Young Money did a reunion tour in the stadium.
Oh,
and
that's terrible.
Shit,
that's
oh my
terrible.
God.
I do not want to see a Young Money concert.
What?
Oh, you mean like with
Wayne, Nicki, and Drake?
I just want to see them three. Is that
no? That's what I mean. That's what I mean.
Okay, yeah. That'd be a big tour.
Let's get something clear.
Yeah, that'd be a big tour. But I'm not trying to see Lil Twist. Yo, shout out to Lil Twist. Lil Twist is holding on. He be beside Wayne everywhere he fucking go, boy.
For real?
Yeah, bro. Go follow Lil Wayne on Instagram. He with him all the time. Okay, I don't want to have. Oh, we got to talk about this, bro.
Okay.
I think this is fake. I think this whole relationship was fake. Thee Stallion and Klay Thompson recently ended their relationship, posting this online that they're done. She posted that he was cheating, cold feet, mood swings during the basketball season, prioritizing herself and her peace and clarity. Now, she cited trust, infidelity are non-negotiables. Now, look, I hate when I learn every time about Black people when situations like this happen. Why do we have such a collective belief that like we attach ourselves to these celebrities and what they go through? Now, here's what I mean. As soon as this happened and they broke up, why is the conversation always like, well, we up now? Or like, well, she did this. And it's like we take on our personal relationship and we attach it to these celebrities. And now it's like, Klay has to pay. Y'all niggas got to pay. And/or Meg is a hoe. Can't you see why you can't wife a hoe? All of this stuff is like Black people specifically. We take on these characteristics of these celebrities that we don't know. And plus, I think this whole thing was staged, if you want to be honest. Because Meg Thee Stallion, after the Tory Lanez thing, and when that happened, I was so like, fuck Tory Lanez. He shot this girl, Turned out probably some bullshit. It was probably some bullshit as well. Like, oh, it wasn't as serious as what it is. Now he's in jail. She needed better PR, right? And Klay Thompson, it seems like, if you didn't know, you would think Klay Thompson was like married already. You would think, he's like a responsible type of guy. He doesn't seem like a whole type of guy. So it was a good pairing, right? I don't like how we align with these people. Guys who feel like they're like the good guy or they're like the safe option have attached themselves to this and be like, see? And like, it's all pointing out your own insecurities based on people that you don't know. So from whatever side. So if a woman feels like she's put in time with a guy and she didn't get a ring or she feels like it was a waste of time, she's going to get on this and be like, see, this is why you can't do this. And they're going to look at celebrities' relationships. When I think the whole thing is a false anyway. It was to help both of them, like both of their images. I just don't like how, we always talk about, taking celebrities off a pedestal, but it's a perfect example. Like, not only do we have them on a pedestal, but their dating waves affects how we think about our relationships as well, which is like very toxic. It's very unrealistic because y'all don't have the money, y'all don't have the access. So now you're comparing yourself to a beautiful rap star, and you compare yourself to a 4-5-time fucking NBA All-Star Hall of Famer guy, right? And you're putting yourself in their shoes when their relationship is not any of our business. So I just, what's your thoughts on this? Because it's been happening for about a week, and I just seen people, they just can't go, it didn't work out, next thing.
I see there was a post that I saw that really resonated with me. It said, "Y'all don't know Megan Thee Stallion or Klay Thompson go to the gym." That's like, yes, like why does their situation matter to you? Like, and then the fact that the diagram that I really didn't like is the video or the picture of her with all the men. Like, it's a picture of her like animated, bent over, and all the men that she had dealt with.
Bro? Like,
and I'm like, bro,
like,
how many of your homegirls done fucked 11 niggas in a year and called it dating? All right. Then. What are you talking about? Niggas
stop acting like y'all don't like hoes. I hate when dudes do this, man. And hey, look, man, y'all call me a simp. I don't give a damn.
Okay.
Y'all can call me a simp, bro. I don't care. I don't like when guys be like trying to shame women for being a hoe. When we go out of town, we want to fuck a girl on the first night that we don't know. Right? So it's like we got to have both ways. And just because she's fucked a lot of guys that we know doesn't mean that she don't deserve to be a wife or deserve whatever the fuck. That's just like immature. But that is when you see somebody and you put your own situation on them, you go, well, this bitch in my life, she had to like this. So, it's the same thing with her. And that's so corny. I'm sorry to cut you off, but that pissed me off too. Like,
and I think about how I crack. Not really when I crack, because I've been in relationships with people I fucked on first night. But at the same time, it's like, it's kind of how it went down. That's what I think matters more. But the only reason why it matters to everybody is because we're on the public, she's on a public platform. We can see and we know everybody that she's dealt with and posted, whatever the case may be. Now, how many of your homegirls, if they posted how many niggas they've been on date split, cracked, whatever the case in the past 5-6 years, the list gonna be longer than that for most people. Men too. So like, I don't really think that really matters. Now, as far as like the whole, yeah, girl, you need to go back and get your get back and all of that, get the look back. Now, only thing I don't like is that I see that every time something happens in her personal life, it does affect her work. As far as like how she's not on Broadway anything anymore. Now, that could have been something totally different. But from what it seems like, that's what it was. That's the only thing I'm like, you got to keep that separate. But at the same time, and then even posting about how he's cheated and stuff like that, because we can't get mad at when people have opinions and reactions to something that you post to public.
Right.
Once it hits the net,
but that's what makes me think that the whole thing was fake. Because, like, why would you even like? What's the point of doing that? Because her posting that is just going to just create people making storylines as it did about what has happened and whatever. And that's so corny. Yo, guys egos be so, and you can see it when a man's biggest fear is for his girl to fuck somebody else in the world. And you can see it when in these situations. And it goes like, well, she don't deserve respect because she fucked all these other people. It's like, bruh, come on, man. Like, to me, that's just so immature and so corny. Like, and you would fuck Megan Thee Stallion. That's the crazy part, bro. Is that you would be hand in hand with this same woman that fucked all these niggas at a basketball game. You would do it. You would do it right now. Listen, yes, you would. Don't lie to me, tell you not. You would. So I just, like, come on, guys. I understand, like, be able to detach your emotions from people that you don't know. That's the moral of the story. Okay. Yo, moving on. And this kind of piggybacks off of this a little bit. The dating app Fear reports there's a rise in men 18 to 25 who are interested in older women. Now, this over the past 2 years, according to their app, has gone up 64%. A lot of men 18 to 25 say that older women are more emotionally mature, more stable, they have more clarity, they are not as toxic, and they know what they want. Studies saying that men are the ones, back in the day, like during the movies, they'd be like, it's always the woman pressuring the guy to get married and to have a family. Nowadays, it's kind of like the guy, apparently, according to this study. Women over 40 increasingly open. Their shifts and desires are more noted, and they are willing to have more traditional dating patterns. What do you think about that? And are you interested in older women, CDK?
I'm interested in older women. Now, the only thing about the older women thing is you come with all the baggage of emotional baggage of what you've been through, and that's the part that I hate dealing with. Like the men bashing. Once we get past the men bashing, we be good. I just don't want to hear the men bashing and all the like the guard being up. I don't be having time for that shit, bro. Like, come heal. You feel me? And the older that you get, and the more that you're single, the more that you have your guard up, and the more that you've been okay with and comfortable with being by yourself. So that's the whole thing about dating, like, against the older women. Mm-hmm. But but at the same time, dating older women, they know what they want, and they ain't got time for the bullshit at the same time. You know what I mean? So like the whole like faking and like, I think when you date like even we're getting out of that age demographic, but like the whole like what society thinks that you should have versus what you actually want. I think that that's the only thing we're dealing with in our generation right now. But because we come from the generation of having social media and without, I still think that there is some form of like people having their own thoughts and opinions. But I will say for the younger generation, Generation Alpha, and the younger generation Zers, oh, they're fucked. Like the whole like, the internet is telling them what type of relationships they should have, straight up.
Absolutely.
And that's the part that's sad.
Now, I'm personally not into the older women because I'm gonna be honest with you, it's hard for me to respect the older woman that don't got a man, and you got like kids and stuff like that. I'm sorry.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry. I'm 27. You're 42. You telling me in all this whole time you couldn't, like you said, come healed. A lot of the times it's the same thing with older men getting younger women. What if women said forever? This older man, he want this girl, why? Because he can control her, because she don't really want shit like that. And everything, he can kind of like impose his will on her. That's kind of what these old bitches are doing. Let's not get it fucked up. They go and what is a key principle in this podcast? Women have great PR, meaning that they have good public relations, meaning that they can sell a story, they can twist a story in their direction to make it more palatable for women. So the idea of, well, I'm a cougar and I'm getting my groove back or whatever, that appeals to women. The Facebook aunties, like, they love that type of thing, right? So it doesn't make them feel like, oh, I'm controlling this guy, or I couldn't make it work with somebody my age because I would have to show some maturity, I would have to show accountability, I would have to show all these things. So for the same reason that women bash older guys for wanting a younger woman, I have to keep that same energy. And say that is only the case because a lot of times these women be horny, in their 40s, right? Young guys, they want to crack. They don't really want to have as many responsibilities as, when it's courting a woman your age. You got to show up. A lot of times the woman going to take care of you. That whole sugar mama thing. Oh, baby, I'll buy you an Xbox. That whole type of thing, right? And I feel like it's easier for younger women, for older women to date younger guys because they can get the ego boost of dealing with a younger guy, and they don't have to do as much. Like, they don't have to. He's not gonna tell you, bitch, shut the fuck up, because he's younger than you. He's gonna look at you like, yes, ma'am, whatever. Even though he's fucking you. So I'm just keeping the same energy on that point. Like, it's hard for me, especially if you're a beautiful woman that I'm interested in. Oh man, I wish I could tell the story, man. I met this girl, bro, at the CDK, bro. I'm out here in Charlotte, man. First of all, the thing about me, I'm just a beast in a social setting when it comes to dating. So I'm just a beast. This girl comes up to me. I'm thinking she's like 35 tops, right? We talking. I'll tell I'm 27. She was like, I'm 43. Bad. I mean, bad as shit right now. I didn't hit that night, but we got sexual, if that makes sense, right? And I'm thinking like, damn. Beautiful woman. I'm like, damn. She don't got no kids. I'm like, how many guys have tried to court this girl and be for real? And maybe you weren't mature enough or whatever. It's like, I'm not about to waste my years. It's the same thing I'm not about to waste my years with you. You talking about my young nigga energy. You know what I'm saying? Just because you want to stay fresh and young. No, you kind of should have. I'm not saying you should have did it because there's no, like, unless you did it, like, that's when it's over. I'm not saying that, like, once you get past a certain age, then you're done. I'm saying for me, you're not about to use me to re-up all the shit that you could have done back in the day. That's just me. That's all I'm saying. And with that being said, quick question. In my research of this, why can't you ask a woman her age?
You say that one more time.
You'd be like, it's wrong to ask a woman their age.
Yeah.
Why is that? I think that's so stupid. Just in my research of this, I'm like,
no. Like, when you're dating somebody, you need to ask their damn age.
I'm talking about in general. I'm talking about at the bar, and I go, oh, how old are you? You go, oh, excuse me.
Man, that's that old nigga shit.
That's the old people shit, man.
That's part of it, bro. That's that old people shit that they be like, you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do that. And why? Just because it's been passed down. The master said not to. Like, that's the shit that I be talking about, bro. Like,
right. And as you get older, you get stuck in those ways. There is no reason why, as a grown person, somebody asks you how old you are, you should go, oh, excuse me, no, bitch, how old are you? What the fuck? Like, but that is something that is passed down. Like you said, you get stuck in your ways. You heard your grandma say that shit because she was mad that she was older. And you go, well, a woman never tells her age. It's like,
unpopular opinion. You know where that come from? People fucking with people that's too old or too damn young for them, and they ain't want to tell their age, so they think they're saying publicly. That's where that probably stems from. That's probably where that shit stems from, right there. Because back in the day, that was normal. People would be dealing with people 10 years and 30 years younger than older. See, people was
You know, you're talking
ashamed.
to an old bitch when you go, how old are you? And it goes, how old do I look? Oh, bitch. Oh, God. Whatever it is, you're ashamed of it. Whatever it is, it has a 19 in front of that motherfucker. We know. Okay. Yo, I hate saying that people fell off. I really think that, like, I'm sorry. I hate saying that people fell off. Next topic. Just moving on for all the audio listeners. I hate saying that people fell off, right? Because I feel like that's just really rude and it can damage somebody's spirit, right? Because you can see, you can tell, like, there's a reason that people aren't giving it their best as they once were or whatever, right? But the biggest fall of all time is Adrien Broner. Have you seen Adrien Broner on live in the past couple of days, yo? This is the saddest shit I've ever seen, yo. This is literally in every athlete's worst nightmare is to be 10 years past your prime, big ass gut, like bad skin or drunk. And bro, it is literally like ridiculous, yo. And I feel so bad for this guy because I remember people saying maybe like 10 years ago, hey man, so you're doing a lot of antics, bro. I remember the Breakfast Club interview, Charlamagne saying like, hey man, you should probably just chill, man, focus on boxing. Bro, this dude is on live, a 4-time champion on live, basically begging for pussy, right? Broke. He asked the cameraman, he went on a guy, Dean, Deen. I don't know his name, but I mean, I don't know his full name, but that's like his name. He went on his stream. He's also a boxer. And, you know, he just took him around or whatever, right? They go to the boxing gym, they go to the club, whatever. Bro, this dude is like, me seeing him made me want to stop. I don't even drink like that. It made me want to stop drinking. Because I'm like, damn. And I seen a lot of people talking about, well, he fucked over his money because he was up 30 million, whatever. Yes, but he fucked over himself, bro. I don't understand how, like, you could be a boxer, yo, it's always about your body, it's about your self-image, and you just let yourself go. It's just, it just shows your mental state. I mean, the dude got bumps all his face. You could tell, like, his liver's fucked up because he's been drinking crazy. It's just wild, yo. So, hey, man, what you feel about Adrien Broner, man? I honestly do think, like, this is one of the worst fall-offs we've ever seen.
People can fall off. I don't mind saying people fall off. I think the problem is when you don't want to accept it and you think that you're still the person that you were before and don't do anything to adjust that. I think that's really what it comes to. But that comes to, like, peaking. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I think that peaking is something that's really hard to understand. You know what I mean? Like, I haven't come to that phase of my life, especially like I'll always fear the age that we realize there's younger, there's better, our time is over. As far as
See,
like,
I don't feel like that. Because what is your time is over? Because basically, you saying your time is over is meaning that your time in the window of what society deems is young, hip, and cool, which is from like 18 to 25 or 18 to 30 or whatever, right? I don't necessarily believe that. I feel like anytime that you can choose yourself in a situation is you're on. You're still good. That's what I'm saying when I say when it comes to Adrien Broner. Like, bro, he fell off not because of the boxing or whatever, because he just like he didn't choose himself. He kept choosing other things. You can tell, like, he said he had a girl that he broke up with. He was gonna get married to. He has like 10 kids, right? So of course, that's a lot of shit going on. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you're not really choosing, you're not really being on your purpose. So I don't necessarily agree with the fall off thing because who can decide if you fall off or not? Like only you can. And the falling off is only if you're a trending topic per se. So I'm not necessarily saying that. I'm saying like for himself. Like he not loving himself, and it shows in his body and what he's saying. Like, bro, this dude chasing pussy, nigga, bro. At a certain age, I feel like you should have enough game as a man who's had money, who's had status, to where you shouldn't be. You should know how to talk. You shouldn't be looking like he's going backwards when it goes to like social interactions, stuff like that, and how he looks on stream. He was willing to cut his beard off for $1,000. Like, stupid shit. Like, shit that you go, man, this dude's down bad. Like, it's not even about like the boxing no more. It's about you as a person. You know what I'm saying? Fuck the craft. Because you obviously gave up on that shit a long time ago. You gave up on you. You know?
That's a fact. I ain't gonna lie. That's a good place to land on, though. Like, don't give up on you.
Hell yeah.
Like, some real shit. Like,
well, we can move on, man.
And I think that you said,
oh no, go ahead, my fault.
No, not giving up on you. Like, and I think, like, especially as like entertainers, athletes, and things like that, where society has a window for you. I think it's a little different than when you're like in your 9 to 5 day to day. You have like almost like a structured plan of like what it looks like to be a 5-10 year window. You don't know what that looks like as an entertainer. When yourself is your brand, you don't know what that's going to look like for you. You can't have like a 5, 10 year, 15-year plan. You can, but you don't. It's ultimately not in your hands. To really be honest.
Absolutely, bro. All right, man. We got two more things. Let's move on. Okay, us as HBCU alum, we have to talk about South Carolina State, yo. South Carolina State University in Orangeburg, HBCU in Orangeburg, South Carolina, had Governor Pam Evitt as their spring 2026 speaker. After students protested her being there, okay, they had concerns about her being a Trump supporter, her being anti-DEI, her immigration views, and just overall her stance on a lot of issues didn't really correlate with what the student body wanted as their speaker, right? So after they announced her, the students protested, going out in the streets, making signs, protesting that they didn't want this woman to be a part of their commencement. It was like they had like a sit-in. They're arguing with the president, right? So eventually they dropped her as the speaker. Great job for the students. That's great. What I want to talk about is the administration, right? Because I feel like our HBCU leaders are in a hard position when it comes to being able to play, to get the money and get the funding, and to be in this political game, which is a part, which is a part of being an educator, and serving their constituents, which is these Black students, Black alum, right? So I feel like, of course, it's a bad move to get this woman to come to your campus. It's like, to me, that's just, I think that the administration were not thinking that the students would care that much. They were thinking like, oh, just another representative or governor or whatever. Like, no. When you go to a HBCU, it's something about the aura of the school, any HBCU, because it's built on Black liberation. It's built on Black, standing up or whatever. So it's like you get so pro-Black. I promise you. My cousin, he's a freshman at Norfolk State, right? I haven't seen him since he left. I promise you, in the next year or two, he's going to be talking that Black shit because you just do. It's hard to not. So to think that the students wouldn't care or wouldn't pick up on it or wouldn't protest is already one thing. But to give the administration some grace, I do feel like it is probably hard because a lot of them probably are Republican, or they have to work with Republicans to get money for their schooling. So it's like, I'm sure that the state probably pushed this on the school, right? And they're probably in a hard place. But what I will say is, you always choose your base. Always choose the students. Always choose the people that you're serving.
Thanks.
Because they're the ones that is funding it. Because this lady, perfect example of why they didn't want her there. Because now it's stated that since they told her, "Hey, bitch, get the fuck up out of here. We good. We will find somebody else." That now they're having problems with getting funding, or like it's talks of cutting funding. It's like, that's why they didn't want your ass there to begin with. It sounds like a lot of stuff that comes from the Trump campaign. And this lady specifically was, hey, y'all need to be happy we in this bitch. We did a lot for y'all. We doing a lot for HBCUs. Like, what y'all, you know what I'm saying? This DEI shit is racist or whatever. All the shit that they believe, but you don't believe. Now, I'm saying as the administration, they should have done a better job at buffering that. Okay, we got to, talk to these Republicans. We got to go to D.C. and get money for our base. Great, right? But we have to serve them, and they don't fuck with you. And it doesn't matter if, like, Trump could have done a lot of stuff for HBCUs. They don't give a fuck about that. These students don't care, and you're not going to convince them that. So it's like, as an administration, as a president, you should know that. I know that because I'm a student there. I'm a student at the HBCU, and I know that that's not going to rock because these kids are smart, and they got, like, they're not just going to accept this bullshit. They want to know who is our speaker and what do they stand on. And if it doesn't align with them, we're going to get them the fuck up out of here based on the spirit of HBCUs and how these institutions were made. So I feel like I want to blame the administration because it is their fault, but they're trying to play the game as well. What do you think?
No, I think so too. You have to always choose your base, regardless of who has given you a check right now. That's gonna fuck up your money in the long run, as far as like in your imaging too. And I think even for students, like some of the stuff is more so, like you said, is about the imaging and the perception of what the school is gonna look like to other people. So even though like some of the students might not have actually cared about that, which I think they really did because they did the protesting and things like that, like which was really important to be able to stand up for the university and what they believe in. If now more than ever, I think students care about everything. Like I think before when we were growing up and we went to HBCUs and different schools, we kind of was in the whole do what you told type of thing. And I think that's one thing that Generation Z is known for is, for one, leaving jobs, and two, stand up for what they believe in. Whether that's good, bad, or indifferent, they're gonna stand on whatever they're saying. So you do have to always choose your base because I've been in compromised situations to where a check might have been calling, but my moral compass and the brand that I built and what I stand on, my beliefs of my brand, I have to choose that first. You know what I'm saying? So especially like over your base. And I think that's where a lot of artists, going back to the falling off thing, when you choose and chase a different demographic of the audience that's not for you, and you neglect your base, you're not gonna have nobody to come back to.
My boy CDK turned out a MAGA check, boy. He didn't let y'all know. All right, MAGA was trying to get my boy to do something. Speaking of MAGA, and this is the last topic, yo. I'm done with politics as a whole. Because I'm realizing that politics is literally just to make the public fight, right? Perfect example. At the White House Correspondents' Dinner, this nigga Trump staged yet another assassination attempt. It's like, bro, I'm so done with it. It's not even just, but it's not just Republicans, it's both sides. Because just like the Meghan and Clay shit, this shit was staged as well. Apparently some guy came in, there was shots fired or whatever. They had to get everybody down. I'm like, bro, this shit is so theater. We talked about this with the first assassination attempt, the second one, and now this one. Because if you was really in danger, you wouldn't go up on the podium and say, see, this is why we need the ballroom. So the whole play was to add a ballroom because they were supposed to add a ballroom, but they said it wasn't licensed or whatever. You only need it if it's a threat, a security threat. Boom, here's a security threat. Now they're gonna add the ballroom. But this makes me turn off with politicians at all. I mean, on both sides, because you can go, for instance, Trump is in office, the Republicans in office, right? So now the Democrats are saying, see, it's the Republicans. Once we get these Republicans out, then we'll be good. Then we'll be good. Then so then the next election, we're gonna be so tired of Trump that we vote in a Democrat. Whoever that is, whoever runs Democrats gonna win, right? Then they come in, then they fucking shit up just like how Biden and Obama, all this shit, all these people go again. They go, it's this guy, man. We got to get a Republican. So now we're going back and forth, right? Both of these people are fucking the same prostitutes in D.C. on both sides, the Democrats and Republicans, and they just leave us to argue with. And you can see it even with the South Carolina State shit. For instance, they don't fuck with this girl because she's a Trump supporter. The whole system is fucked up. So yeah, she sucks, the Trump lady, but people on the left suck as well. But it's all about the sway of who is up right now. It's like it's a perfect system to get people upset because one group is always going to be in control, and they're going to say it'll be better if the other one was. It's going to keep going back and forth. So I'm not saying I'm an independent. I'm just excluding myself from the whole political thing because it's crazy. And you have a lot of Republicans coming out now who backed Trump, Tucker Carlson, Candace Owens, Megyn Kelly. They're all saying we was wrong. This guy's an asshole. So now the Democrats going, see, we told y'all some dumbasses. But this doesn't help shit. It just keeps arguments going. And that's what the political game is. It's arguments. And they over here chilling with each other in D.C. I was about to say fucking kids. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That would have been too deep.
Whoa.
Epstein files. I'm sorry. Go read them. My fault. What you got?
No, I think that goes down to the lesser of the two evils conversation. Like when people say, oh, I don't vote. You just voting for the lesser of the two evils. I mean, yeah, it's part of playing the game. You know what I'm saying? Like, I hate people that are like overly woke. You know what I mean? Like in the situations of like not being aware of what's really going on. Like we know that if not more than ever now, what the game is and how things are being exposed because we have access to so much information. Yeah, we know that. You know what I'm saying? Like even like this is kind of off topic, but like people that don't celebrate like birthdays and like holidays and like they're like, because at the root meaning of this, I'm like, yeah, but like we don't care about the root meaning of it. We care about the capitalism, the gifts, the presents. You know what I'm saying? Like we don't care about the actual meaning of what Valentine's Day means and all. Like bro, come on now. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just part of playing the game.
Absolutely, bro. Well, shit, man. I got hella more shit, but I feel like we're going too long today. So, I mean, we can hit on this shit real quick. Bro, it's a viral clip of these kids reading, bro. The kids can't read, bro. They cannot. You see that clip? It's a school in Philadelphia. They put a sentence on an index card that had these 3 words, and they stopped every single one. Silhouette, extraordinary, schedule. They could not read those words on this card. And I'm like, damn, it really must be them damn phones. Because these kids can't read, yo. I mean, but that's one of the topics. What you got on that, bro? If not, we can close out.
I have a lot like past basic like English and stuff like that. When are kids gonna ever not have the access to certain tools to be able to make sure they need what they need in the real world.
This
So what I
is
mean by
that
that
Gen
is
Z
like,
ass
right,
shit.
people talk about doing like fast moving.
This that Gen Z shit you talking this now. No bullshit. Well, when are we ever going to not have?
No,
you was one of them kids.
No,
you was one of them kids who was like
on some real shit. When is the last time you haven't had access to a calculator? But if you need to ask something right now, you can pull your phone out.
CDK, bro, you need to use your brain, bro. What if this shit goes
you got money,
off?
You can read your bills. Good.
That nigga CDK say, when the last time you said silhouette and didn't have to use spell check or something like that? Nah, but what you want to use your brain, yo. These kids in China are smoking our ass, yo. I'm all right, cool. Okay. Be cool with your kid not knowing how to say schedule or extraordinary. Cool. You good. You got it. CDK don't want his son to say, because he got money, he can read, because he spent $1,000 on Chris Brown ticket.
But like, I mean, my kids ain't gonna be dumb, but like, I ain't gonna lie. Part of the school system is just being babysitters and shit like that. We ain't gonna talk about it.
Okay. Think about reading, right? Did the school teach you how to read, really? That's what I'm thinking about, like, how do I learn how to read? And I was thinking it had to be from like people making you read. You know, like people, like my mom used to be like, okay, you got 30 minutes, you got to read this book or whatever. Fuck. Like, maybe that's what it is. It's like the phones, yo, we're so distracted. And then, and to your point, all the parents are damn, our age. So they're probably like, when are you like ever going to have to? But think about it. We're using our brains less. Okay, you don't need to know where this is. You got GPS. You don't need to know how to spell this word because you got talk to speech. You got spell check. What the fuck are we using our brains for? To scroll? Damn.
Pretty much.
Well, look, guys, we appreciate you guys for another episode of CDK and Horatio. You can follow me on all social media at Horatio Radio.
Follow me at CDK on the mic, man. We up out of here. We going back to the studio next week. Let's get it.
Absolutely, guys. Appreciate you. See you guys next week. Peace.